Hey everyone, World Film Geek here, and I interview Zoe Graham. She's best known for her roles in Boyhood and The Secret in Their Eyes. She's part of the horror comedy anthology Scare Package, which is coming on demand, digital, and on DVD and Blu-ray on October the 20th. Enjoy the interview. Well, I got to watch Scare Package, and I've seen a lot of anthologies, and this is by far one of my favorites. I just love the horror, the blend of the horror and the comedy. And you were great in it, in that little segment, horror hypothesis.
Thank you so much. That's also nice of you to say, and I definitely value anyone who says I've seen a lot of anthologies and I like this one. It means a lot.
So, how did you get involved in this film? Where did it all begin?
Yeah, I auditioned for Aaron. A bit before the shoot, and it was a group audition where he had brought in one jock, one virgin, all of those characters that were sort of assigned to be stereotypes in the movie, and had such a great experience auditioning for him. It was the first time I had ever met him, and so seeing the way that he directed people and how human him and Cam were, whenever somebody would say something that was, an actor would say something that was funny, they would laugh in the middle of the scene, and I think a lot of directors don't do that because they don't want to mess up the vibe of it.
Yeah.
But they were so committed to this is going to be a good time for us. I don't want this to be weird. I don't want this to be a bad experience. And seeing how human they were there made me realize I really want to work with these guys. They seem really cool.
Oh yeah, I talked with Aaron a couple years back when he did Camera Obscura, and yeah, he was such this nice guy on the set. We were talking, and he talks about how much he liked, he likes the genre, but he does he just wants his actors to enjoy themselves, and it's clear. And then I talked with another actor who worked with him on The Pale Door, and he just said he said Aaron is one of the most respectable guys in this business, and he's so much fun to work with.
I absolutely agree. Yeah. I felt nothing but, respect for everyone else's experiences on set from him, it's a unique characteristic in the film industry for sure.
Definitely. So, since this being a horror film, do you have any favorite horror films?
So, the thing is that I'm an extreme baby when it comes to horror films. So anything that I'm giving you as my favorite, keep in mind that I've seen 10.
Yeah.
Because anytime I see a horror film, I stay up for weeks, and anytime I turn out the lights, I see, whatever villain in the corner of my room.
And that's okay.
One movie that I've seen a couple of times and is a huge touchstone for horror hypothesis, obviously, is Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
I really loved that movie when I saw it, and, of course that scared the heck out of me too, but it was worth it.
That's awesome. Now, one of the things I loved the most was that you got to be on the screen with Joe Bob Briggs. That guy is a legend. And what was he like on the set? Yeah, what was he like on the set?
He just seemed really game to be there and be. Everyone was sort of talking in hushed tones of Joe Bob Briggs is coming, and he was very understanding of that. And I love that they let him. Or that he let them put him in his sort of traditional Western wear. I love that he was game for that, and just sort of being what everyone imagines Joe Bob Briggs to be, even when he takes off the Western wear.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And it was also cool to work with Dustin Rhodes on set as well.
That's awesome. Did you get to see any of the other segments of the film? Did you get to see the film overall yet?
Yeah, I have. I was lucky enough to, the first segment, Cold Open, is directed by Emily Higgins, who is a director but also a pal of mine, so I was really excited to see her work as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I say, aside from your segment, my other favorite, and I'm trying to remember the name offhand, it was the one where the guy starts saying, "Kill me," and they attach him to silver, and he's talking while he's melting. And I just kept...
Oh, the camping one.
That one. I just kept laughing at that. I was laughing throughout that whole segment because he's still talking as he's turning into this blobby mess. And I was just like...
Yeah, I think they hit the comedy note really well.
Yeah, they definitely did. And then the one that really surprised me, I love werewolf movies, so when I saw Mister and that little twist where I was like, wow, that was just amazing.
I thought it was great. I love, I'm super fascinated by, men's rights activists in general, and like love reading Reddit boards about that. So getting to see that explored as werewolves was so awesome. I want to see a full-length movie of that one.
Oh yeah, I definitely would. I also would want to see the last one kind of made into a horror film, because Dustin Rhodes, I didn't even know he was in this movie, and you got to work alongside him. And he's a legend. He's a wrestling legend, and I'm a huge wrestling fan. What was it like working with him?
That's awesome. He was the best. I got to spend more time with him than I did with Joe Bob, and Dustin was like the nicest, coolest guy on set. He was really, I keep on giving him props for this, but at one point I tripped over something while we were filming, and it was totally my fault. It was like I ran into a corner or something. I had a clumsy moment, and everyone on set was like, "You cool to go again?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally. I'm totally good." And I went, we reset. And Dustin was the one who noticed that I was like, my voice had gone up 2 octaves to be like, "No, I'm fine." And he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just tripped." But he was so sweet and so caring to, take a minute to be like, "You seem like maybe you hurt yourself," but in a really nice, respectful way. I would work with him again in a second.
Yeah, that's funny how ironic that he's the really nice guy offset, and yet he's playing a guy who's trying to kill you. I just find that I just find that irony.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess I never thought that I'm like telling the story all over town, but I might be ruining his wrestling rep. That he's actually a very nice guy.
Well, that's what a lot of the horror killers too. I mean, offset, these guys are known to kill people on stage, but when you see them like at conventions and stuff, you couldn't meet any more nicer people.
Oh, I've found that to be the case of like people who make horror movies. Horror fans are like the most supportive, creative fan base. Everyone who is like really invested in horror, they seem like really fantastic people.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe that's a broad generalization, but that's just what I've observed.
Oh no, it's really true. And matter of fact, I talked to a horror film director a couple years back, and he said the horror community is like a family, and that I couldn't find any more true compared to like everyone I've talked to in that industry. It's like you could tell they're really close knit. They're not really competitive with each other. They support each other, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Pale Door had fan art made of it before the movie even came out. Like that's a community you want to be a part of.
Exactly. So with film and TV production finally coming back slowly, is there any new projects that you're working on that you can talk about?
Not yet. I'm based in Austin, Texas, so our industry is smaller in general.
Yeah.
So we're sort of like still coming back slowly, and I am taking lockdown pretty seriously, and don't want to, make anything worse.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I know how that is.
But I'm excited to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm based in Florida, so we're just slowly reopening as well, so I know how that is.
Cool. Are you also talking to Jeremy King?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I'm talking to him tomorrow, actually. Awesome. So I'm looking forward to that.
Very cool.
Because he was awesome in that movie. I loved, he's like the new Chad. Like, first everyone talks about Tom Green as the Chad. I'm like, no, now it's Jeremy King. He's the Chad.
Yeah, I think he'll love it.
That's awesome. So, Scare Package is coming out on October 20th. And those who love horror films will definitely like this. Plus, they will love the comedy. It blends you couldn't find any better anthology to blend these two genres so well. And Zoe, once again, you were great in this movie, and I hope people get to see this because they need to see you. You are great in it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
All right, and you take care and stay safe.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.